Hi, Read friends. Today I'm here to talk to you about some really interesting people who lived throughout history who had some really interesting ideas. So today's person is a gentleman by the name of Leonardo da Vinci. And I'm sure some of you may have heard of him, but just in case you haven't, I want to share some really cool information about Leonardo. He was a man who was, when we think of him, we usually think of him as an artist, but he wasn't just an artist. He was a visionary scientist. He was one of history's most brilliant engineers. Long before we even could think about how to do this, Leonardo came up with the idea of how to create a helicopter and the battle tank. Da Vinci came up with ideas for designs for mechanical looms. He drew plans for submarines and robots. His list of contributions to the world of engineering is virtually endless. And what that means is Leonardo da Vinci, when he had an idea, he thought about how to make that idea come to life. So if you think about it, no one was flying in the air at the time, but Da Vinci had an idea about a way to get up in the air and a way for it to work, and that was the idea for a helicopter. He also thought about what it would be like to be at the bottom of the ocean and thought about ideas for submarines. So even though he was widely regarded as a painter and a scientist, he also used his brain to think about wonderful ideas to create things that help us even today. Now, Da Vinci was not from America. He was from, let's turn our globe, all the way over here in Europe, from the country of Italy. And I'm sure most of you know about Italy. I was lucky enough, my son got to visit there and he loved it. He said it was beautiful and the food was fantastic. So today we're gonna aim our iPad at that little star and learn a little bit more about Leonardo da Vinci, who again lived in the country of Italy. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday, and Mrs. Stanek will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Da Vinci, master of all fields. 1452 to 1519. Shifu was torn between joining the science club and the art club at school. Both clubs were of great interest to him. He explained his dilemma to his uncle Vic, seeking his opinion. "My dear boy," his uncle said with a smile, "who says you have to choose?" He told him about Leonardo da Vinci, a man with multiple talents. Leonardo da Vinci was a painter, sculptor, architect, musician, and so much more. Do you know, buddy, he is known today for his paintings. However, he was constantly observing, experimenting, and inventing. For him, drawing was a tool for recording his investigation of nature, he said. Intrigued, Shifu said, "Tell me more, uncle." His uncle told him about Leonardo's famous paintings like The Last Supper and Mona Lisa. He told him about Leonardo's usage of two techniques, chiaroscuro and sfumato. Shifu wrinkled his nose at the big and new words, making a mental note to look them up later. Uncle Vic continued. His genius allowed him to create, at least on paper, such inventions as the bicycle, the helicopter, and even the airplane based on the physiology and flying capability of a bat. He continues to inspire artists and scientists alike centuries after his death. So now tell me, boy, he asked, art club or science club? Both, replied Shifu cheerfully. Tap.
Good job!